Shelley Hofberg is a clairvoyant, medium, pet psychic, and tarot reader. She does not ask for the details about your life, but primarily relies on her gift of clairvoyance to receive the psychic insights that will be the most helpful to you about your soulmate, relationships, money concerns, and your career path. As a pet psychic, she will receive insights about what your pet or pets wants you to know. As a medium, she will connect with your loved ones on the other side. Shelley Hofberg is the host of the Psychic Horizon radio show, produced by Goldilocks Productions and presented on Blog Talk Radio, Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Shelley brings together the pioneers and visionary teachers to share with you some of the most enlightening knowledge that is out there today to expand your horizons and open the paths to higher consciousness.
Hi, welcome to the Psychic Horizon Show. And my special guest today is Bob Stahl, who'll be talking about angel card readings. And he's going to be back on August 15, talking about the tarot. He's in Arizona. He's a really good psychic. And I was very kind to fill in at the last moment because I had someone that was very flaky that didn't tell me they couldn't come. So before I introduce Bob Stahl, I just wanted to let you know about some upcoming events. I'm going to be doing the BOTI Studio Psychic Fair this Saturday in Anaheim, California, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And Lucinda Collins will be my guest. She's the owner of Boda Studios, and she will be my guest on August 8th. I'm going to be doing the Long Beach Love Festival in Long Beach, California, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can find these events on my website, www.psychichorizon.com. And I'm going to be, for those of you who are in Southern California, I'm going to be having a pet psychic circle on August 3rd. You can bring your pets, or you could bring a picture of your pets if you have pets that have passed on. I also read pets that have passed on. I'm a medium also. And I'll be doing the Pet Psychic Circle again on September 7th for those of you who can't make the August 3rd one. I'll be doing Francis Poland's Spirit Fair at the Museum of Woman in Irvine from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I'll be doing the Boda Studio Fair again on September the 21st, doing their fair. So I hope that you can come to the Psychic Fair. I have some other upcoming events that I'm going to be putting on my calendar. So in the next few days, please go to psychichorizon.com to see all my upcoming events. And if you would like to sign up for my newsletter, Bob will also be in the newsletter and some other psychics. So I'm now ready to bring Bob on. Hello, Bob.
Hi, Shelley. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Bob?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome, and thank you for filling in on such short notice. And Bob, can you tell the callers about yourself and what upcoming events you're going to be doing?
Sure. My name, my business name is called Bob the Psychic. I'm a psychic, tarot, channel, medium, all of that kind of stuff here in the North Scottsdale, Arizona area. You can book an appointment with me or find out more about me on my website. It's bobthepsychic.com. My next event is going to be here in the Phoenix area. It's going to be the First Friday Art Walk, which will be in downtown Phoenix. That'll be on Friday, August, hold on, I will tell you the date, Friday, August 2nd. And then after that, I believe the next event after that's going to be a psychic fair that I'm doing in September. It's the end of September, September 29th, called the Embracing Your Journey Expo. All of that information, if you go to my website, it's bobthepsychic.com. There's a calendar with all the events there. I'm also doing a UFO conference here in town. I'm also doing a Women's Expo Healing Day here in Phoenix. And like I said, all the dates are there on the website. But the easiest way to find me is go to my website. It's bobthepsychic.com. And I look forward to talking to all of you.
That's great. And Bob, you also do angel cards. What guided you to do angel cards?
I was just looking as a way to expand the messages that I was receiving, and I was guided to use them. The ones that I use, most of them are by Doreen Virtue. She's a famous creator of angel cards, but I have other decks, too, that are kind of like oracle decks, which is another kind of deck, which is also considered an angel card deck. I use those, too, but basically it was just a way to give people a different message besides the tarot deck. Some people are concerned about the images in the tarot deck, so using an angel card deck, some of those, you get the same message, but without the same images, so people tend not to freak out a little bit. And for those of you who've had a reading before, I'm sure you're nodding your head going, oh, yes, I know what he's talking about.
Oh, great. And, Bob, let's take our first caller, which is area code 386. Hello, 386.
Hi, Shelley. Hi, Bob. How are you?
Hi, great. How are you? How can we help you?
I'm great. I was wondering if you can give me any insight on what you see as the outcome on a job proposal I've put in for my company. I've started a new business, and if I'll get the contract or not with the bank.
Sure. I feel like it is a good offer, and is she going to get picked? I do feel like you are going to get picked. They're going to want to modify some of the terms of the deal, and I think that just comes with normal business practice, but I do feel like you're on the right road here. I also feel like within the next 6 months or so, when you do the next offer or the next bid, I feel like you're going to be able to double your price or raise the price from what you're doing now. So hopefully this first contract will give you the confidence to be able to step forward and do that. But I do feel like that they are, wow, I was good until now. I do feel like they are going to, I get excited. I know, talking to people, I get the hiccups. I do feel like that they are going to pick it. I feel like they're going to negotiate the price. They might want the contract to last longer is the sense I'm getting on that. Shelley, what do you feel?
Well, they do have multiple locations, so they told me if I did the first one that I'll probably do the other locations as well.
Oh, that might make sense. Are there 3 other locations or, like 3 other locations?
There's 3 total, I think.
Yeah, and I feel like you're going to be able to charge more for the second and third is what I get. So maybe that's what I was getting when you were going to double the price. I don't know that you're going to double it straight across on this particular company, but I feel like after this you will be able to, and I do feel like you are going to get that extension.
Do you see when I'm going to be able to start the work on the first one? When they're going to approve the contract?
I feel like it's by August, beginning of August. Soon, beginning of August is what I heard on that. And you're ready to do it too, so you're ready. Yes. Don't feel scared. You're definitely ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. Thank you. Awesome.
You're welcome.
I feel
Shelley.
here. I feel that you're going to be doing business nationwide. That you're not going to just be doing business in the state you're in. And with this company that you're currently negotiating with, which I do feel that you will get the contract, I agree with Bob, and you'll get the other stores, I agree with Bob. I feel, that they're going to be very happy with the service that you're providing them, and that they have a lot of business connections with other businesses, and that they're going to be referring you to other companies. So I feel from this business, you're going to be getting a lot of other companies. So it seems like your business is going to be kind of growing and expanding by word of mouth.
Nice. That's
the
what I was hoping for, if to get this contract, because I knew it would be a good reference for me for more business.
Yeah, it's going to be more business coming to you. So I feel that the business, will be a successful business and grow and span, and it's going to get so busy, over the next 4 or 5 months, that you're going to need to hire some people, somebody to help you, because it's going to get really busy. So you're going to be hiring a woman to be an assistant to help you with the business that has sales experience.
Very nice.
Look really good. And go ahead.
I was going to say, do you see me being able to stay as far as where I'm currently living and renting for a while until I get that money coming in and the business takes off before I'll be moving? Or do you see anything, because the new owners just took over, that just bought the property where I'm currently renting, so I was a sitting tenant. So I was just wondering if I'll be staying there, or if you see.
Yeah, I think that you'll be staying. I don't feel that they're going to kick out the tenants. I feel that they're still going to be having, that the tenants that are already in the building, the property that they purchased, that they will be notifying them in a letter that they are the new owners, and there might be an increase in your rent. I don't think it's going to be a big increase. I don't think you're going to be paying that much more rent, but there might be like an increase in the rent. I do feel you're going to stay there at least for the next 4 to 6 months until the business takes off and you're more financially stable with the new business. And then in 4 to 6 months, I feel that you're going to be moving. So I would not sign a lease with them, because they may want people to sign a new lease for a year. Don't sign a lease for any longer than 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Because. And did you have any other questions?
Do you see anything relationship-wise coming for me?
It feels that there's going to be a gentleman that has dark hair and dark eyes, who lives out of state, and I feel you're going to meet him for a business contact. So one of the companies that you do business with, they may be connecting you to him. So he may initially connect with you on a business level, but then it kind of turns into a romance after 2 or 3 months of meeting him. So, but he lives about 1 or 2 states away. What state do you live in, dear?
I'm in Florida.
Oh, all right. So he's in the East Coast. He's about 1 or 2 states away. He's in the East Coast. I don't feel he's in Florida, but he is in the East Coast. And so it does look like, within 2 to 3 months of meeting him, and it's through business you meet him, that you do become involved in a relationship. What do you feel, Bob?
I do feel like that in terms of the moving, my guide said that you were going to be moving. I heard it was September, October, so I agree with Shelley on that there is an opportunity to move coming up. So I agree with her. Don't sign the 12-month lease for sure. In terms of the gentleman, I heard that he might be in Georgia, which I think is 1 or 2 states over, and I also do feel like it's a business opportunity. I feel like, it's going to start as a business opportunity, and I do feel like it will turn that way. It won't turn that way right away. I feel like it might take 6 months or so, but I do feel like he's coming. A lot of it has to do with where you're at right now. I feel as though since you're working so hard on this business, you don't really have the space for it, like the time to do it. So I feel like as the business grows more and you get like more systems in place, you'll be able to have more space for that person to come in.
Nice.
And
okay.
Bob, how can the caller get in contact with you?
Sure. If you want to find me, like I said a few minutes ago, my website is bobthepsychic.com, and if you go there, you can book an appointment with me. I do readings over the phone or via Zoom, which is like a video call, or I do them in person if you're here in the Phoenix metro area. But most readings I do are over the phone, so feel free to set an appointment, and I'm happy to talk to you.
And you could reach
Thank
me
you very much.
at
Thank you both.
and you could reach me, dear, at 818-744-5241. I do phone calls, I do email readings, and I also do video calls. And my number is 818-744-5241. And thank you. And my website is www.psychichorizon.com. Thank you for calling, dear.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I'm now going to continue my interview with Bob Stahl on angel cards. Bob, what makes angel cards different from tarot cards or oracle cards?
So the difference between the three cards is the imagery that's on them, and also I feel like the energy that is in them. So angel cards, let's do it that way. Angel cards seem to be more of a gentle message. I want to say they come from a place of I want to say they come from a place of kindness, but I do feel like all of the decks come from a place of kindness. But there definitely is a different sense of like compassion or connection with the angel decks. For example, one of my favorite ones right now that I'm using is called Healing with the Fairies. This is a Doreen Virtue deck, and it has pictures of fairies on it, and it is very like kind to people. It gives them, motivation, but the images I feel like gives people a peace of mind. Tarot cards are more the classic tarot deck. Those are the ones with the swords and the pentacles and the cups and all of those. Those seem to be much more, I want to say in some ways they're more stern or more tough. And that for people who have had readings before and know how it works, I usually use those cards on them. My guides usually direct me to use oracle or angel cards on first-time visitors. And the other thing for oracle cards, so those have the same theme as a tarot deck. They just use different images and have different words. One of my favorite oracle decks is called Sacred Rebels by Alana Fairchild, and that one is just strong feminine energy, like in-your-face type energy. So it's interesting when those cards come out and I tell people stuff, they're kind of like taken aback a little bit because they're pretty strong.
Oh, awesome. And Bob, let's take our next caller, which is Carolyn. Hello, Carolyn.
Yes, hi. How both are you doing?
Great.
We're doing great. And how are you, Carolyn?
I'm doing good this morning. I would like to have a message from Spirit, please.
Sure. Okay, here we go.
Thank you.
There's much love and light around you, and you're ready to take steps forward in new directions. Stop telling yourself that you can't achieve some of the goals or some of the ideas you had in your head over the last, I want to say 5 years, that now is the time to put that behind you. There were some things that happened around you, I want to say, it could be 5 years ago, it could be around the same time, I want to say 5 or 7 years ago, that were very sad, but those things are not your story anymore. They're not like tattooed on your forehead, so it's okay for you to pick, I want to say, a new direction. One of the things you might be changing, are you thinking about moving to a different location? I don't feel like it's a big move, but are you? Yeah, okay. That would be a very good thing, and I feel like you're going to do that before the end of this year. I feel like there's a lot of things in your current home or current place you can leave behind. There are things that you might have just been, I want to say, like dragging them along with you. Yeah, you don't need them anymore. So before you start boxing up a bunch of stuff, I want to say really look at it and kind of ask it if it has any more meaning. And if the meaning is negative or something you don't want to remember or something that's not part of you anymore, I feel like you don't need to take it with you. On the other hand, if you do decide to take it with you, I feel like you're supposed to have a storage shed or a storage location for these items not in your home, so that way they're not like you can't accidentally run into them. Does that help? Do you have a question about any of that?
No, all that makes sense, and I understand everything.
Perfect.
Storage location, but not in the home. Okay.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
other thing, I
that's
just drew a card for you. I just drew a card just because I was talking about him. So the card that I got says feeling safe. So making these changes are going to help you feel safe again. Like I said, I feel like there's stuff around you don't need to carry around with you anymore, and that's the part that has you, I want to say, just concerned about the past. But definitely the next one says happily ever after. You're in a good place, and this change you're going to make is going to be a very good one. Be gentle with yourself as you allow it. And I feel like the move is, I feel like it's September, October, November, somewhere by the end of the year.
Oh, okay, that's good. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm in the midst of a lot of stuff and putting stuff in boxes, so it makes sense.
Perfect sense. Okay, yeah.
Evaluate it better. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, evaluate everything, I feel like, because a lot of it, you just have, some of it I feel like might be childhood memories, stuff that does have that kind of thing. Yeah, don't get rid of that stuff. It's just other stuff is what I get. I just keep it in my head, stuff. So you'll know what it is when you see it.
Okay, I'll let it go. That
yeah,
I'll
for sure.
feel much better. Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Shelley?
I feel, Carolyn, that there is going to be a healer, probably somewhere in the Orange County area that you're going to be meeting at some kind of show, that is maybe reasonably priced, so that it would be, the healer would be affordable because they're more they kind of work on a sliding scale basis. So you're going to be meeting a healer. It is a male healer that's going to be helping you.
Okay.
And it might be Wayne. I'm picking up because you did meet him at a show, and I don't think he would charge you a lot. So it might be Wayne. So Spirit, your guys are telling me, your mother is telling me, and your grandmother's telling me that you need to get a hold of Wayne and get a healing session with him, that he'll be able to help you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you both.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome, dear. Thank you for calling.
Okay, bye-bye.
You too. I'm now going to continue my interview with Bob Stahl, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is Elma at area code 860. Bob, what is your best advice to someone who is just starting to read cards?
My best advice about reading cards, usually I tell people to don't look at the book. So, and what I mean by that is all the cards, all the decks come with little books like describing what they are. When I first started, I kind of did that, and I realized it held me back in a way. The way I read them, or my gift, is about looking at them and hearing a message, because I'm clairaudient. So no matter, even if two people called and I laid out the same cards for both people, which has never happened, I know I would say something different. So my best guess is to don't be hard on yourself. Like the first thing you hear or feel about the card, that's the message it's trying to tell you. And to just be gentle with yourself about it. Sometimes it is hard to read yourself, so give yourself a break on that. But in the beginning, I would just say, you can look, pick the cards or you feel that you're drawn to, and then you can kind of read about it. And then after that, definitely work to wean yourself off the book so you're using your own sense of intuition, own sense of guidance to push yourself forward.
Awesome. And let's take our next caller, Bob, which is Alma. Hi, Alma.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you? How can we help you?
Good. Okay, so I have two quick questions that might go together. They might not. I'm not sure. But the first one is this. I am basically dealing with a difficult person. I'm at the end of this project with editing, and I'm just wondering what the purpose of this, what's it for me, my sole purpose with this encounter. It's been really difficult. She's really difficult. She's very hard on me. And so I was just wondering, why am I facing this? Or what's the purpose of this person?
Yeah, she's there to help push you to a higher level and to show you that you can make decisions and do things on your own. I don't feel like that after this, I don't feel like you guys are going to work together, but you've kind of already said that. But I feel like she was there to show you that you can do things on your own. She brought in a lot of obstacles and a lot of shenanigans, I want to say, from the past. And I feel like these were past lessons for you that you had to notice again to move forward. I feel like you more than noticed them, and you're ready to move forward. I feel like she might have contributed to the project, but I feel like if you were to looking back, I'm not sure you would agree. I feel like you would say, no, she really hasn't done anything, and it's not for lack of trying. I just feel like she was there more for your personal and spiritual growth. You're much better than I want to say you give yourself credit for, and I feel like moving forward, the next, I want to say 2 or 3 editing jobs are going to be like your dream jobs, whatever that means. If it's something you've always wanted to do, I feel like that's what's coming. I also feel like that there's a price increase coming for you, too. That's so interesting. I got that with the last person, too. I feel like it might be about 20% is what I got on that. So on the next, if it's not the next project, it's the one after that, see if you can bump your rate up by about 20%, and I feel like that'll be more than worth it and make it worth your time. Does that make sense? Do you have questions about that?
I'm actually editing a book with this company. She's the boss of my editor. My editor and I really get along fabulous. It's her. She's micromanaging, a lot of shadowing with me, and it's just he can get away with things that I can't, and I don't even work for her. I'm her client. That's what the obstacle is that she treats me like I'm her worker, and I'm not. You know, I'm the customer, and that's so frustrating. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, I feel like you're supposed to, break free from that. I feel like you're supposed to break free from that.
Bob, do you know how much longer it is with this lady? Is it another couple of weeks and then I'm done, or what?
Well, my guide said 6 weeks, but if you think it's only a couple weeks, is it 6 days? No, I got that it's like 6 weeks, so it might be another month or so is what I get. But I definitely feel like you just have to trust yourself on this thing. You're doing the right thing, and once you get away from her, I feel like you'll be able to use the experience to help boost you in a way.
Yeah, I want to really. My dream is to have this book out, and it's almost there. It's just that one little more push of a step, and then I'm there.
So, it should be out by. I want to say is it coming out in the fall, like 2 or 3 months?
October. I want it in people's
hands.
Yes.
I feel like it's in people's hands September, October too. Yes, I agree with that 100%. And I feel like it's going to be more popular than you might think too. So keep putting out those positive vibes.
What did you say, Bob? I'm sorry, I missed that.
I said I feel like it might be more popular too than you believe. So you think it's going to be. So keep putting out those popular vibes, or that that sense of popular.
Yeah. Great. This is my purpose book. I put so much heart and soul into it. I am so proud of it. I can't even I came out better than I even thought it would, and I'm the first time author.
Yeah, and I also feel like one more thing on the woman when she said she was micromanaging. I feel like the reason that it's like going against the grain with you is that it is your story, your energy, your words, and whatever she's trying to change, it doesn't match with your vibration, with what it is that you want or with a message that you have, and that's why it's so difficult. So I feel like you will walk away from this feeling much more power or like empowered, and I feel like that matches what I said in the beginning when I said that you didn't really need her so much. It was about stuff in your past, not about something going on now.
Right, exactly. It triggered stuff, and it triggered my boundaries to have more empowerment. That makes sense.
Right, right.
Yeah. Yay. Oh, thank you.
Yay. Shelley?
Thanks, Shelley. Thanks, Bob. Shelley.
I feel, Elma, that you may be going with a different publishing company. Right now you're doing the editing and working with them, but I feel that there's going to be another publishing company. They're in the East Coast, and that they're the ones that are going to. Yeah.
It's actually, her name is Emily, and if you want to vibe in on her, she's in Ohio. She's fabulous. I've called her 10 times before even signing the contract, and she's always there. She's the head CEO person, complete opposite than this other woman who's also a CEO. Complete opposite.
Yeah, I feel that you're going to go with her, and that she's going to publish the book. That the book is, I agree with Bob, it'll get published in the fall. It will get published. It will do well. You'll be doing a lot of going to bookstores, talking about your books, doing book signings. She's good at PR. This Emily. She'll be setting up a lot of book signings for you, and by the end of the year, you'll be starting your second book.
Yeah, that makes sense. I have so many books in me. It's amazing. Ask Tiffany. Oh my God, it's like crazy. She's amazing too. I mean, hi Tiffany. It's just, I cannot believe it's happening. It's literally like pushing a baby out. This is just so hard at the end, but I know I'm there. I'm right there. So I can't stop now. I can't. No way. Yeah. So I've gained so much strength and motivation and for myself, and I'm actually still losing my vision at the same time. That's what this book is about. So it's amazing that, I could feel this way and I'm still going through a debilitating eye issue. So, yeah, I'm really excited for this. I can't wait for this to be out in people's hands. And, wow, I just can't believe it. Can I ask you just one more question?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Do you feel like it's all going to happen at the same time? Going to have a relationship at the same time, like this fall, Bob or
Yes.
Shelley?
Yeah, in one word, I heard yes on that.
Okay. So it's just going to organically happen?
Yeah, I feel like because you'll be flying high, and you'll be like their energy will be so good you'll attract the right guy to you at that time. So I feel like the answer is yes.
Okay. Do you feel like it's in September, Bob, or what month pops out?
I got September too. I feel like September.
Okay.
I also feel like you're pretty intuitive too. Do you read cards or hear stuff? Wait, hold on. Does she here? Do you hear stuff too, like I do? I feel like you do.
Well, it's because I talk to my angels all the time, and also the fact that I'm losing my vision. I am using my third eye. I'm using my third eye so intensely. Yeah. So it's there. It's definitely there. I don't read cards, no, but I just know things. And I know you get that. You get that part.
Yeah, I got that for sure. Yeah, you do. So I feel like most of the stuff we said, I feel like you already knew. You just needed the confirmation from someone else because like I said before when Shelley, we were doing the question and answers, and I said it is hard to read yourself because sometimes you put out there like what it is you want to happen, and then that's what you hear, which isn't really what the universe has in mind for you. So, but I definitely get that you hear stuff and just keep going. And so you could ask your angels and guides what the purpose of this woman was in your life. I'd be really surprised if you did not hear what it is that Shelley and I said, because that feels very like right on to me.
Yeah, I know it's from my higher growth. It's just I've been crying a lot. I'm just being honest. She's just because this is my baby. This is my perfect book, and I just feel like she's trying to I don't know,
hold it back.
And I know,
you
know what I mean? It just was like.
Yeah, I do, and I don't feel like you're going to let her. Yeah, I don't feel like you're going to let her. I feel like you're in the right place. The crying, by the way, is a really good thing because that's about releasing. In my private practice that I do, my friends, we have this running joke going, I make someone cry every day, and it doesn't matter how many readings I do in a day. There's always at least one or two people that I make cry, and to me, that's one of the best things that I do because I know I'm telling them something that they needed to hear, and it helps them with that release, and it helps them grow and move forward. So I would tell you, keep crying. That's a good thing. It just get rid of it. It lets it go that way.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate
okay.
everything. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. God bless. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. And how can Alma get in contact with you, Bob?
Oh, yes, if you want to reach out and have a private session with me, my website, it's bobthepsychic.com, and I do readings over the phone or over the radio like this. I also do video calls, and I'm guessing you're not in the Phoenix area, so you wouldn't come over. But for people in the Phoenix metro area, you're welcome to come over. All the information is on my website. It's bobthepsychic.com.
And thank you for calling, Emma.
Oh, she might have hung up maybe. Okay.
Oh, all right. I'm now going to continue my interview with Bob the Psychic, Bob Stahl, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 856. What is the easiest spread to learn from, Bob?
Wow, to me, I feel like it's the 3-card spread is what it's called. So the first card you draw, which would be and you'd put it on the far left, you'd lay them out left to right. The first one is like the immediate past. The next one is the immediate present, and the one after that is like the future or what's coming in the future. And I feel like that's the easiest one to read. So when you look at the first card, whatever that message is, whatever it is you hear about that would be something that just immediately happened in the past or something the universe is trying to point out to you. One of my friends also showed me that when you lay out those 3, if you want to amplify the message, in other words, the first card, like on the left or any one of them, if you want to get more on what they're saying, you can lay 2 cards underneath that one. So it looks like a spread of 3 with one on top and then one below it, and then one right next to that. So it kind of looks like a mini pyramid with 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top. That's another thing you can do. So that gives you, 3, 6, 9 cards, but they're still laid out in the same way with the like immediate past, present, and future. But that was the first reading or the first layout that I learned, and to me that seems to be the easiest. There are a ton of layouts and readings out there. You can Google it and ask. There's some very popular ones. You can make up your own. I have my own. I call it the eyeball, which is way too hard to explain over the phone, but that involves basically, I don't know, is that 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards that all tell a story. That's my own personal favorite one. Actually, it's more than that. It's 15, and people seem to love that one, so that's pretty good too. So I hope that answers the question, but I started out with the first 3, the basic 3, the past, present, and future.
So that's a good spread. Let's take our next caller, which is area code 856. Hello, 856.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good. How are you? How can we help you?
How are you?
Doing great. Whatever you guys pick up by spirit or what I'm working on, or relationship or new business, whatever is coming up very soon, or any changes come up, whatever's easiest for you guys to pick up.
I feel like the first thing that came to me was relationship, and I feel like the situation in that relationship is going to get better. Hold on, are you dating? So I have to ask it out loud for my guides to tell me, but don't answer this. Are you involved with someone now? I want to say you're not. I feel like you're not, or if you are, then it would be complicated, but I want to say my guys are saying you're not. So I feel like the situation is going to improve, especially over July and August. I feel like you're going to get like a new sense of grounding or just a new sense of, I want to say positive activity. I feel like there's a lot of frustration or sadness around that, and I feel like you're supposed to kind of let that go or look beyond that and try to imagine or ask the universe to bring you the kind of person that you are really looking for. And the first steps in doing that, I feel like, is you should be that person first. So if you're looking for someone, what's a good way to describe this? Let's just use confidence for words. So let's pretend that you're not really feeling confident and you're sad. Okay, but you don't want to attract someone to you that's also that way, because that sadness and that lack of confidence will just drive you nuts. So I feel like if you're looking for someone who's confident and not sad, like confident, happy, you got to start acting that way to attract that person to you. That's the first message I get. In terms of business and abundance around you, I feel like it's going to stay the same basically until the end of the year. I feel like right now you're really working hard on this relationship piece, like getting connected, looking for some, I want to say, companionship or someone to talk to, and I feel like that's the first thing that's going to come your way, and I do feel like it's coming relatively soon. I want to say August, September, but a lot of it has to do with, I want to say, I hate to use the word attitude, but that's the word I keep hearing, like putting it out there and like being positive about it, and like looking for a sign, too, that you're doing the right thing. Does that help? Do you have questions about that?
Yeah, you mean like more positive, like attitude? Because I've been seeing like two trucks more often, and every time I think about one person, it's like it pops up like two trucks or the car I seen them with and stuff like that. I don't know if I might go on the right way, and trying to think that we're eating together and holding hands. Stuff. I don't know if I'm going the right way or.
With the two people, all right, so you said you're involved with two people. The one that I feel like might be better, or the one that I feel like is a better connection, is the second one. So that would be, if there's two people around you, I'm talking about the one that you met second, not the first one, the second one. Does that line up?
Oh, you mean the one with the tow truck?
Well, it's whichever one that you met second. is what I'm getting. I didn't get anything about the tow truck. I just heard like you met him second. Does that make sense? Is he the guy with the tow truck? Is you meet him second or first?
Tow truck, I've known him for a long time. The second one that I just recently met, I think he's too young for me. Are you there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Bob will be calling back. He jumped in. I'm kind of feeling, the guys you've known for a long time, and even though you perhaps have been involved with each other off and on, I'm kind of agreeing with Bob that the second guy, the younger guy, is better because it doesn't feel like the guy with the tow truck is going to make a commitment. It feels like you've been involved off and on for a long time. But I don't think it should matter to you that the other guy is younger. He's a nice guy. I feel he's good for you, and I feel you could have a good relationship with you. And I feel if you're worried about the age, you're going to be missing out on a good relationship. Sometimes younger guys are better because they like to do things. They like to go out. They like to do things. And the younger guy just feels like a nice guy, and I feel you should give him a chance. Bob is back. Bob,
Hi.
I was just telling her that I agree with you what you said about the younger guy, and that he would, what do you pick up on the younger guy?
I heard the younger guy. Yeah. I feel like the younger guy is the better fit. That's what I heard. So, yeah, whatever you might have just said. Yeah, that was weird that I got disconnected. That's never happened before. So, yeah, I feel like the younger guy would be the better fit. I'm hoping he is the one that you met second because that's what my guide said first. So hopefully that will all line up and make sense for you.
And, Bob, how can she get in contact with you?
Sure, if you want to have a private consultation with me, my website is bobthepsychic.com, and you are welcome to go there and book an appointment with me. I do readings over the phone like this, or I do them using Zoom, which is like a video reading, or if you're in the Phoenix metro area, which I kind of doubt you are, but if you were, you're welcome to come over, and all of those opportunities are on the website. It's bobthepsychic.com.
And you could get in contact with me at 818-744-5241 or go to my website, psychichorizon.com. And thank you for calling the Psychic Horizon Show. And we're now going to take our next caller, which is area code. We're first going to continue the interview with Bob, and then we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 347. Bob, how do you tell if you had a good reading?
I feel like you tell if you had a good reading if you feel, well, in my case, my clients would say that they feel as though that they've had a weight lifted off their shoulder or that they've gotten the direction that they needed. They didn't leave with more questions or feeling as though more anxiety or feeling, I want to say depressed because I don't ever do readings that make people sad. And I also feel like that one other way to tell is you don't have any anxiety about it. One of the things also I tell people is, well, at least in my practice, I am not one to say, pay me $1 bajillion and I'll go light candles for you in Sedona, Arizona. There are some psychics, using that word loosely, that do that, and I would highly suggest don't do that because I don't know that that's really real, and I don't feel like you're going to get the answer you want. So that's usually the bar that I use. What do you usually tell people, Shelley?
I feel when you got a good reading, I kind of agree with the things you're saying. When the information is helpful to you, it's information that's you're going to be able to use to get help and making the situation better with your career and making the situation better with your relationships or improvements in health. You get information that is helpful to you regarding, changes that are coming up. And that's how you know if you got a good reading is that after the reading, things start to improve and get better. but you also have to do the work. The psychic is kind of the messenger that gives you the information, but you also have to do the work. You also have to work on yourself and be open to making the changes that the psychic is picking up.
Yes, I agree 100% on that.
Yes. So we're going to take our next caller, which is area code 347.
Perfect.
Hello, 347.
Hi, thank you for taking my call. This is Keisha.
Keisha, hi,
Keisha. How can we help you?
Hi, I am interested in a love reading. I am open to a serious relationship. I want to have kids and things like that. And I'm just wondering what you might be getting, if I'm going to start dating any particular person, or am I already dating a person? I'm just open to information.
Let's see. So are you already dating I don't feel like you're already dating the person, but I do feel like there are a lot of choices around you. And I feel like over the next 6 months to a year, you're going to kind of like narrow it down. I feel like that the one you're with right now, I just feel like he doesn't float your boat enough. That's kind of how I heard it. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's what I've got. I do feel like that the one that you're going to marry or have kids with might be two guys away. So it's not this one. I don't think it's the next one, but it might be the one after that. But I feel like a lot of what you're doing right now in terms of dating these guys and talking to them is getting clarity of belief on what it is you really want, what's really important to you, and how that connection really works. I feel like each one is connecting with you in a different way, and that's how you're kind of figuring out what you truly want. In terms of the kids around you, I feel like it might be two, and I feel like are they twins? They might be. It might be twins girls, but I feel like if you're going to have those, all right, I'll go out on a limb on this one. Are you less than 29? Because I feel like you might have them around the age of 29. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
42.
42. Well, yeah, so that was totally wrong. But I had a 50-50 shot on that. But I definitely got that there were twins around you, 42, unless you've already had them one of the two things. So the guy might have twin girls, or it just could be the angels and, like, the beings around you. Because sometimes I get that wrong, but that was kind of funny.
Well,
I did get that there's two girls. Go ahead.
I could be carrying now. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, okay. Well, if you are, then and it turns out to be twin girls, and I get my psychic license back. Awesome. So hopefully right? So if that makes sense. Does that help you when I talked about the men? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Do you have another question about that?
Maybe can you tell me anything about what the guy I will choose, like so I can know it's him, like if it's something a way he looks or
here's what I feel like it'll be obvious. Yeah, I feel like what I heard, it's going to be obvious. I feel like he's a professional man, like he's wearing a white shirt to me. So whatever that means, it's professional. So I don't feel like I just heard professional. Is he like? Let me see if I can figure out what it is. What kind of guy is he? He might be a doctor of some sort. Because I feel like I heard the word doctor, so that might be it. Is he around you now, though? I don't think he's around you now,
I don't know any doctors. No, I don't know any doctors.
Yeah, I don't think he's around you now, and I feel like you're not really going to meet him until maybe the end of next year. I still feel like the guy you're with right now, I feel like, I feel like the guy you're with right now just isn't quite the right one. The next one is closer, and then you meet this doctor guy. He might be older. He might be in his 50s maybe. He might be divorce. Really? Okay, I heard the number 3, and then I heard the word divorce. So I'm hoping he hasn't been divorced 3 times, but it might be, or maybe you're the third, something about the number 3 around him too. So hopefully that gives you him. But I feel like you'll know once you meet him. There'll be a sense of, like, knowing him from the past or just, like, being a best friend right away, kind of like when you connect with someone who's like a soulmate type thing, soulmate twin flame type thing.
Right. I get what you're saying.
Okay. Questions? Other questions before we got to go?
I'm looking for a job, and I have some interviews coming up, and I just want to know if I would be getting one, like a long-term job.
I feel like the answer is yes, and I feel like you are going to interview. Which interview is it? Well, it could be do you have 3 interviews set up? I feel like it's going to be the third one.
I have one, and then I'm waiting to hear back for another one I had already did.
Okay, yeah. I want to say it's the third one, so it's the one. Is it the one you have set up? It's the one after this one. So the one you have set up now,
okay.
I feel like they might offer you something, but I don't think you're going to take it. But I feel like the one after this one, that's going to be like the good one is the sense I get on that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you both so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thanks. Have a great day. Thank you.
And thank you for calling, dear. We're now going to take our last caller, which is area code 678. Hello, 678.
Yes. I just wanted to see what you all see for my love life.
And what is your name?
My name is Casey. My name is Casey, and I'm calling from Georgia.
I feel like it's going to pick up and change. I feel like you've done a lot of work clearing out some of the things around you that have made you sad or made you feel uncomfortable. And I feel like towards the end of the year, like August, September, well, that's not really the end of the year, but coming up soon, I feel like it's going to change. I feel like you're going to put yourself in areas or in situations where you're out there like to meet people that meet your standards or meet your qualifications. And I think that's going to be a great difference from what you might have done in the beginning of the year when it was like whoever asked you out, like you're like, okay, I'll go, even though you knew that there wasn't something exactly right about them or they weren't the right fit about you. So I do feel like it is turning around because you're letting go of some of this stuff that has been holding you back. It could be preconceived notions about who you're supposed to be with or whatever that is, but I feel like you're going to let all that go, and I feel like it's going to get better soon, like September, October. Shelley, what'd you get?
I do feel, Casey, that there is a new guy coming up. It could be September or October or early next year, which would be January, February, March. It's not anybody around you now. It's a new guy that's going to be coming up around the time period Bob picked up and the time period that I saw. Around one of those time periods, there'll be a new guy. He's going to be maybe about 2 to 3 years younger in age than you. I feel that he has a child, a small child, maybe about 4 or 5 years old, a little boy, and that you're going to be very close to the little boy, and the little boy is going to like you. And then I'm feeling perhaps next year, in 2020, there could be a pregnancy, and that you could be having a little girl with him. You know, because I'm seeing you being a mother. I'm seeing you being a mother. So I do agree that there is going to be a relationship coming up.
I hope it ain't gonna be no baby, because I cannot have kids.
All right, maybe I could be wrong. The reason I might be seeing a child is that it could be the child that he has. Because I did pick up that it was going to be a man with a child about 4 or 5 years old. And he may also have a baby. And he may also have a younger child, which is a baby. You know, because I feel that this man maybe has 2 children, and that you're going to be very close to the children. So it does look like you are going to get into a relationship.
Okay.
Bob, how can Casey get in contact with you?
Yeah, sure, Casey. If you want to have a private reading with me, my website, it's bobthepsychic.com, and you can go there and book an appointment with me there. And since I know you're not in Arizona, I would do it over the phone with you, or we could do it using Zoom, which is like a video call service if you want to watch me, whatever is easiest for you. But again, all the information is on my website. It's bobthepsychic.com.
And you could call me at 818-744-5241.
Okay.
I go to my website, psychichorizon.com, and thank you for calling.
Thank you all.
I wanted to thank Bob the Psychic for being my guest today. He
Thank
will
you,
be
Shelley.
back on the show. You're very welcome, Bob, and he will be back on the show on August 15th. He's a great psychic, so give him a call for an appointment. And I want to thank Tiffany White-Sagewood. And Bob, do you have any specials right now?
I actually didn't have time to put one in, but if you book an appointment with me and you tell me you heard me on Shelley's radio show or on the internet radio, I'll give you an extra 10 minutes at no charge. So that's
okay.
like a 20, yeah. So instead of an hour, it'll be an hour 10, or instead of 30, it'll be 40, something like that. So instead of 30 minutes, it'll be 40. And on the hour 10 one, if we run out of stuff to talk about or my guides get burned out, I'll just give you credit towards that time on the next reading with me.
Oh, that's great, Bob. And Bob, thank you for being on the show. And I want to thank Tiffany White-Sagewood for producing the Psychic Arises show and Goldilocks Productions. And I want to thank all the callers who participated in the Psychic Horizons show. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you. I'll look forward to talking to you in August.
All right, dear, and have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.